Hello guys, today I'm going to um, the next couple of videos I'm going to talk about accessories and ports, and within this I'm going to talk about wired connections, wireless connections and accessories, you know what I'm saying, using mobile devices. So let's start with some wired connections. So what's a wired connection? Wires can be good and they can be a pain. So why are they good? Because as you can see on the screen over there, you can connect your computer directly into your modem, saying a router, and you'll have a stronger internet connection. Saying using if you use an Ethernet cable to connect it to your modem, you'll have a stronger internet connection, and there's low noise, low interference, low risk of eavesdropping, high speeds, and high reliability. You know what I'm saying, whereas if you're on a wireless connection like on Wi-Fi, from time to time, the speed can go up and down depending on where you're situated in your house, how far the modem is, etc. And also overall, yeah. So let's talk about why I think wires can be a pain. Different physical connectors, what I'm saying, you can have an Ethernet cable. Sometimes you don't have an Ethernet cable. There's different electrical signal specs, you know what I'm saying, non-standard implementations, you know what I'm saying, so there's no one standard, you know what I'm saying, for most of these you know what I'm saying, and the lengths, and they can tangle and you can end up tripping, so that's that uh, also poses that hazard where you can trip over wires or get tangled and frail, and what I'm saying, over time they can the copper wire within these wires can, say, snap or break, and they can be expensive. Wire connections, you have to, buy wires, lengthy wires to, say, depending on where the modem is, so in your house. So there's a lot of cost involved. So there's different types of wired connections. So types of So you have USB, which has many different versions and types, and Firewire, Lightning, Thunderbolt, Ethernet, power. Again, many, you can get many power connections, like for laptops. I'm talking about the power adapters, and audio video. Again, you get a lot of variety. I'm saying these. So let's talk about USB connections. So USB types. So as you can see on the screen, there's many different USB types. It comes in a wide range of peripheral types. USB versions has a numerical with one decimal place defined signaling and data rate. I'm saying, so USB types. This was USB versions. The USB types is the physical shape, connectors, sockets, electrical details, many combinations of versions and types. So this will be the type. I'm saying, and the versions, I'm saying, it's something like this: type A, type B, I'm saying, it'll be USB types of versions. There you go. So the USB versions in use today, you have version 2.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, and let's start with the beginning one. That's the first one. Sorry, the 2.0. The speed in the year adopted was 2001, and the speed was 400 megabytes per second. And then 3.0 came about in 2010, and this was super speed of 5 gigabits per second. Then 3.1 came out in 2013, which was super speed plus and 10 gigabytes. And 3.2, 20 gigabytes on Type C connectors. These came out in 2017. So the Type C one right there. That's 3.1, 3.2 generation to 10 gigabytes. As you can see over here, these are the ones when you had only 480 megabytes, and there's one as well. You know, I'm saying that's gone. I'm saying, but these are the ones still being used, as you can see on the screen. Cable lengths vary, but USB 2.0 specifies max of 5 meters at rated speed. USB 3 plus cables can whichever can go up to roughly 3 meters, but max length varies by wire gauge. So let's talk about USB Type A over here. These are flat rectangular. Trying to find a good image. These are flat rectangular connectors. It has 4 pins USB 2.0 or 9 pins USB 3.x. So these can be anyone's, like 3.0, 3.1, 3.2. Extra pins are reassessed for compatibility. Typically found in computers, desktop, laptops, and some tablets. Works with all USB versions. The 3.1s, whichever ones into X, are usually blue. I'm saying. Then you have Type B connectors. USB Type B. These are hexagonal. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'm saying they look like this. Connectors. 4 pins USB 2.0 and 9 pins for USB 3.1. X. Typically found in peripherals like printers, scanners, audio interfaces. It works with all USB versions. Mini and micro variants are also available on these cables. So let's talk about mini USB. Hexagonal, more or less connector, 5 contacts. So typically found in peripherals, hubs, cameras, Wi-Fi adapters. Works with USB 2.0, only becoming less common nowadays. So you see these 5 contacts. Ground, not used. Data 5 volts. So let's talk about micro USB. I'm just quickly going through them because it could be all day. I'm saying. Again, hexagonal, more or less connector, 5 contacts. USB 2, 10 contacts for USB 3. Typically found on smartphones, tablets, and common on Android devices. So this will be the data cable. Works with USB 2 and 3. All variants. I'm saying for USB 3. Type C. These are the new ones. USB Type C. So these are oval connectors, reversible, symmetric. So you can put this in either up and down, whatever. And like the other USB cables, you have to turn them over or get it right before you can plug them. And this can just go in. It has 24 pins. Works with USB 3.1 and 3.2 and Thunderbolt V3. Adapters can interface with older USB types, HDMI, Ethernet display ports, and can handle up to 100 watts charging power. Apple is also using this on their new MacBooks. This is a USB-C to USB-A 3. This is what one of these adapters look like, a USB-C to USB adapters. So let's talk about Firewire. So Firewire 1IEEE 1394 is not in widespread use anymore, but you may still see it on pre-2012 Macs. The serial interface supported was 400 megabytes per second or 800 megabytes per second, and was used mainly for storage and pro audio and video. So let's talk about Lightning. This debuted with iPhone 5 in 2012. 8-pin oval connector, reversible, just like the USB Type-C. Using iPads and iPhones or iOS devices. Charging peripheral connects an iOS device to a computer. Replaced older asymmetric 30-pin connector. Can interface with USB, HDMI, VGA, SD. Let's talk about Thunderbolt cables. So these debuted I can't speak. Debuted with 2011 MacBook Pro. 2 types of connectors: mini display port 20 pins, V1, V2, and USB-C 24 pins and V3. Used mainly in Mac OS devices for storage and displays. Charging peripheral interconnect. Can daisy chain up to 6 devices. Can interface with USB, Firewire, and HDMI. And this is what it looks like over here. So what are the Thunderbolt versions in use today? So version 1 has 10 gigabytes per second, and it came out in 2011. Mini display port plus PCIe. Then version 2 was 20 gigabytes per second, came out in 2013. Physically same as V1, now version 1. And V3 came out, had a speed of 40 gigabytes per second, and it was USB-C, and it came out in 2016. So let me show you a Thunderbolt to HDMI cable. This is what it looks like, a Thunderbolt to HDMI cable. Let's talk about Ethernet cables now. Ethernet cable. So the Ethernet cable is the most common wired network connector. Normally they're referred to in IT, IT technicians will refer to them as RJ45, aka 8-pin, 8 connector, 8 contact, 8 position, 8 contact with latching tab. I'm saying that's this bit over here, the RJ45 bit. I'm saying that's where it's referred when you say RJ45. If you're the technician, this is what it's referring to. This plastic bit on top. No need to worry these days about crossover or straight through cables. Auto MDIX and NICs adjust as needed. So, and they also come in like there's other ones like Cat5, Cat5e, often used for gigabit speed, and Cat6 and 6A for 10 gigabit speeds. So Cat 6. This is what Cat 6A cable looks like. This is the wiring inside, and that's when you put together a